In this lesson, we'll go over how to ensure that the lighting choices in your home are as healthy as they can be. Before we start, as mentioned previously, the most important thing is to try and get as much natural light as possible. So to ensure your body is setting its circadian rhythms naturally and has established a healthy sleep cycle, this is going to be really important. But when it comes to your indoor lighting choices in the home, you need to pick the right type of bulb. Incandescent bulbs are a great choice. This is because they mimic the qualities of natural light as closely as possible and they don't flicker. Flickering basically means that they turn on and off rapidly to save energy, typically 120 times per second or more. And what thus isn't visible to the naked eye, it causes a lot of stress, headache, eye strain, fatigue, and in extreme cases, seizures. So we don't pick up on the flickers, but our body is still registering them. And this is why some people might get headaches from bright lights. It's not necessarily the brightness, but instead, it's the flickering. So we want to try to avoid this flickering. And incandescent bulbs are great because they are completely flicker-free. However, it's important to note that they are not the most energy efficient option. So they're quite expensive to use, and they're even banned in some places due to this high energy consumption. And they also get really hot, so you want to be careful about that with kids. Another great choice are flicker-free LED bulbs. Many LED bulbs flicker, so there are some special ones that are flicker-free. Now, it's something that can be hard to find because there's no industry standard on this yet, but you can look for a flicker percentage below 5% or a flicker index less than 0.02. When it comes to nighttime lighting, you should pay attention to the color temperature of the bulbs that you're using. So if you use a cool white LED bulb, it's probably fine during the day, but in the evening, you don't want to be exposed to this much blue light. Instead, you want a warmer orangey or red light at night because this mimics what the sun naturally does. When it comes to nighttime lighting, you really want to pay attention to the color temperature of your bulbs. We want to mostly be staying away from any bulbs that are above 2700 kelvins. During the day, this is not going to be as much of an issue. So some of these cool white LED bulbs, they are maybe okay during the day. We kind of want to stay away from them totally, but it's especially important at night because we're trying to mimic what the sun's naturally doing. So the sun around 12 noon has a whole bunch of blue light in its spectrum. But in the morning and evenings, it's much more orangey and red. And this is the kind of lighting we want to have around this time of day. And this just helps set, again, our circadian rhythms to the natural flow of what sunlight actually does. So any nighttime bulbs, we really want to make sure they're under 2700 or 2700 is fine. But the more sort of orange and red we go, the healthier it's going to be. That's why these red lights are especially great at nighttime as well. We've given some examples of all the bulbs below so you can purchase them. I personally recommend getting a lamp with red light bulbs, which you can turn on in the evening in certain places that you spend time at night. These are going to be the best lighting for nighttime. And you should also pay attention to the brightness of the light. You want something that is 700 lumens or less for evening use. You could also opt for candles made from natural sources such as soy and beeswax for better indoor air quality, and avoid petroleum-based options. Now, the candlelight's going to give us some great light, but not everyone's willing to go that hardcore. And finally, there's a few things you want to ensure you are avoiding with our lighting. So dimmer switches, these contribute to dirty electricity in our home and should be avoided. Instead, use regular on and off light switches or incandescent bulbs that offer varying brightness levels without the need for dimming. Halogens, because they are energy efficient but can emit harmful UV and EMF radiation. And also compact fluorescent bulbs, CFLs, because they contain mercury, making them very hazardous if broken. And they also emit UV and EMF radiation as well.